If your application involves loose buffer tube cable, then the COYOTE Dome closures to select are those designed specifically for buffer tube applications. These fiber organizers are designed to maximize the amount of buffer tube storage available and to simplify the fiber routing. For a non-dedicated fiber application, cut the fiber at the center of the loop. For a dedicated fiber application, cut the fiber on the field side of the loop. From the cable opening, measure and place a mark on the buffer tube to be spliced. For the 6.5 by 17 inch dome, measure 19 inches. For the 6.5 by 22 inch dome, measure 24 inches. And for the 9.5 by 28 inch dome, measure 34 inches. Remove the buffer tube beyond this mark and clean the fibers per your accepted company practice. If you are using the traditional COYOTE splice tray, this is the location to apply a strip of blue felt. For this demonstration, we will be using the light grip splice tray. Insert the buffer tubes to be spliced into the retention sleeve and install it into the splice tray channel with the angle edge facing down. Confirm each sleeve is fully captured below the tabs. Repeat these steps for the fiber entering the opposite side of the splice tray. The light grip splice tray supports single fusion, ribbon, pigtails, or a combination. The tray is wider and deeper than PLP's standard splice trays. Tie wrap features are still available on the tray if you prefer that approach. Route fibers to be spliced 1.5 times around the splice tray and into each corresponding slot, and splice per your accepted company practice. Position the cover on the tray and rotate forward until the tabs engage in the base of the tray. For cover removal, compress the tabs inward and rotate the cover upward. Route expressed buffer tube into the storage brackets. Place the tray onto the organizer and secure in place. When using the 9.5 by 28 inch dome for buffer tube applications, the storage brackets are located at the bottom of the organizer. Additional storage brackets are also provided along the sides of the organizer. If you are routing the fiber through the side storage brackets, place the buffer tubes inside the storage brackets and snap the retainer clips into the openings. Place the tray between the organizer brackets and secure in place by tightening the strap. If your application involves ribbon cable, then the COYOTE Dome closures to select are those designed for ribbon or unitube applications. For a dedicated fiber application, cut the fiber on the field side of the ballooned cable. For a non-dedicated fiber application, cut the fiber at the center of the loop. Cut the ribbon to be spliced. To improve handling and storage of ribbon fiber, light grip ribbon managers can be installed over the ribbon bundle. Spread the ribbon manager apart and apply around the ribbon. For additional security, wrap one layer of 3/4 inch vinyl tape around the ribbon manager. Space ribbon managers evenly around the storage loop. Secure core tubes of the ribbon cable and transition tubes to the surface of the transition tray with the tie wraps provided. Route slack loop to be stored into the transition compartment. PLP tip. To simplify storage, start from one end and route the fiber into the storage clips in a clockwise direction until the entire slack loop is stored. Cut a short piece of transition tube. Install a single-hole light grip retention sleeve over the transport tube, and slide the tubing over the ribbon until the tubing is positioned near the side wall of the transition tray. With the tie wraps provided, secure the transition tube to the side wall or bottom of the transition compartment. Install the transition tray cover. If a combination of loose buffer and unitube cable are being used, install the routing clips on the bottom of the transition tray for loose buffer tube storage. For this demonstration, we will use the light grip splice tray. The light grip splice tray supports single fusion, ribbon, pigtails, or a combination. The tray is wider and deeper than PLP's standard splice trays. Tie wrap features are still available on the tray if you prefer that approach. Insert the retention sleeve into the entry channel with the angle edge down. Confirm each sleeve is inserted between the guide rib and is fully captured below the tabs. Route the fiber to be spliced 1.5 times around the splice tray into each corresponding slot and splice per your standard company practice. Position the cover onto the tray and rotate forward until the tabs engage into the base of the tray. For cover removal, compress the tabs inward and rotate the cover upward. Place the tray onto the organizer and secure in place. Repeat this process for the remaining trays. Secure in place by tightening the strap. Alternative routing for ribbon fiber. Cut a small piece of transport tube and apply a one-hole retention sleeve. Slide onto ribbon fibers to be spliced. Repeat for all ribbon fiber bundles to be spliced. PLP tip. Prior to installing heat shrink sleeves, label each with its respective splice count. Splice per your standard company practice. Insert first splice into splice block. Install the remaining splices in numerical order. Organize ribbons below the tabs on each side of the splice tray. Slide each transport tube up to the splice tray. Insert each retention sleeve into the entry channel with the angle edge down. Position the cover onto the tray and rotate forward until the tabs engage into the base of the tray. Repeat this process for each additional tray. Route slack ribbon fiber into the transition tray. Install the transition tray cover. Place the tray onto the organizer and secure with strap. Prior to installing the gasket, retighten all the end cap bolts to ensure the caps are fully assembled. With the silicone lubricant pack provided, lubricate the dome gasket on all surfaces. Slide the gasket over the organizer and press into the groove on the end plate. Insert the end plate organizer assembly into the dome. Install the collar so that it captures the end plate and the rib on the dome. Visually examine the bottom edge of the collar to confirm that it is fully seated on the rib of the dome. Close the remaining half of the collar to fully capture the end plate and engage the latch to secure. Using your can wrench, rotate the fastener on the collar to lock into place. An alternative method for installing the dome collar is to position the dome vertically. Insert the end plate and organizer assembly into the dome. Position the collar hinge to capture the end plate and rib on the dome. Close the collar around the dome while applying downward pressure on the collar. Examine the bottom edge of the collar to confirm that it's fully seated below the rib on the dome. Apply inward pressure around the collar to close the gap prior to engaging the latch. Using a can wrench, rotate the fastener a quarter turn to lock the collar. Flash test to 10 psi max and check all seals with soap water solution to confirm the closure has been properly assembled. Release the pressure from the closure before leaving the job site. For further information on flash testing closures, visit our website to view the feature-focused video on flash testing. PLP offers a wide range of mounting hardware for the COYOTE Dome closure family, including aerial bracket for ADSS applications, aerial bracket for strand applications, and the universal mounting bracket for handhole applications. Contact PLP for details on other mounting hardware and accessories. I hope this information has provided you with the basics of how the COYOTE Dome closure is installed in a typical network splice point. As you can see, the installation steps are simple and few. The same design philosophy is present in other COYOTE fiber optic closures. Preform Line Products proudly manufactures the COYOTE splice closures in the USA, and our experienced field sales staff and technical support specialists are there to support you at any time. Thank you.